Hey, what's going on, everybody?
So what's up?
Thinking game number 64? Yeah, 64.
What?
And we are remote in the studio. It is hot outside. What, 90 degrees
Well, we
now?
got a heat advisory and everything.
Like a crock pot outside. And it
Boy,
rained today. Still hot out there.
it's like Florida. Like 20 minutes later, you can't tell it rained.
Boy. So, I'm trying to think what will be a topic of today because it's pretty crazy. But what will be unspoken truth, the truths that people know that don't talk about?
It's always the main headline being them under topics
Boy,
in life. So we were talking about the stuff that people don't talk about.
man.
Everybody
And that's the whole
doing
thinking
it,
game of it all.
going through it, but they
Yeah.
don't put this on Front Street.
And see, people don't realize this before we get into the thing. Like when we say thinking game, we talking about like life. It seems like that's how you can break stuff down. It's like a game. Like corporate, that's a game. Dating game. Life game for a man or woman. It's a game. But before you play the game, you got to know what you're getting into before you start playing the game.
Yeah, for sure.
you know, make sure you ready to, because some levels you might not be ready for. Some you might. It just depends. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. You got to be confident. You know what I mean?
Boy.
But you don't want to be arrogant.
Yeah. But sometimes you got to be arrogant. It's crazy.
Exactly.
That's the thinking part of it all. It's kind of crazy. So our topic is society perception. I think that word perception, man, debilitates a lot of people. A lot of people make their decisions, their moves, and their thoughts based on perception. What another person thinks or how they think they're perceived. Whether it's actually
and that's on every level. That's on the celebrity level, the people at your job, the people in your family, what the family gonna think, what the church gonna think.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are, chained down and shackled by perception.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, right? I think I was talking to wife about this the other day. Give you an analogy. There are some people, kind of like animals, that grow up in the wild and they learn how to survive. And then there are people, I guess you could call it sheltered. It's kind of like living in a zoo. Like everything given to you on time and you kind of sheltered. And an animal that's in the wild, they know how to survive. They don't really care about how they're viewed or what's being looked at. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way of the wild. You know what I'm saying? But a person that's been kind of in the zoo, you can't reintroduce them to the wild because they're not built for being in the wild. You know what I'm saying? They're not hunters. They don't know how to forage for food. They used to everything being given to them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they do care, about how they're viewed and stuff like that. And you bring that to humans. It's depending on where you grew up at. Sometimes you do stuff you don't care about what people think. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. Then there are some people like, nah, I can't do that because if I do that, it's gonna make me look bad. And
you get those people trying to come out of their shells in their 40s and 50s because they're being trapped by what people are going to think about them. You know what I mean? And it's like a wild animal too, and the zoo animal. The wild animal can look at the zoo animal and say, I wish I had it like that. Every day I wake up. It's the same thing. They bring me my food. I get baths and stuff like that. And then the zoo animal looking at the wild animal and jealous of them. Like they can go anywhere they please at any time. You know what I mean?
That's true.
When you get what you want, the wild animal gets in the zoo or the zoo animal gets in the wild. It's all fun and games at first. I can run around freely everywhere. You know what I mean? So much food. But you're not used to looking for predators.
Right.
You think it's all fun being wild and free, you know what I mean? But you're not looking for those predators, you know what I mean? And then being a wild animal going to the zoo controlled environment, you know what I mean? These rules and regulations, you know what I mean? You can't just come and go as you please. And it's like, joining the church or joining new job. You know what I mean? Now you got this government job. Now you make 63 because you gotta wear a suit every day. It looked cool when you didn't have to, you know, press a suit and match your ties. You know what I mean? Or wear heels to work. Now that's your everyday thing. And you got to drive to work. You got to deal with the politics of working. You know, on the outside looking in, when you was wild, it looked fun. It looked, you know, controlled.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to find out who you are. And it's really
too,
hard. It seems easy.
They do.
You know what I mean? But people can't really be themselves because they're scared of what other person might think. So.
And then too, I think, when I was, I would say when I was in my 20s, I started to realize something. First of all, I realized that I'm just not that significant for everybody to really worry about what I'm doing anyway, number one. Number two is sometimes wherever you are, things are different, people are different, perspectives are different. Like the perception of living in the inner city is different from where you go to work at, unless it's everybody from the inner city work where you work at. You know what I'm saying? You go into a career field, the perception is different. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what they think. They sometimes mostly care about your skill set. Can you get the job done without me having to hover over you? You know what I'm saying? Just like sometimes about, you know, if you made $200,000 a year, can you still drive a Honda, or do you gotta drive a BMW now? You know what I'm saying? Or do you gotta drive a Mercedes?
Life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you gotta drive a Mercedes? Yeah, do you gotta drive a Mercedes now? I can tell you, BMWs ain't what you think they are. Young kids. The X stands for expensive. Every time you take it to the maintenance shop, it seems like it's $1,000, man. Just about every time you take it, man. It's crazy. I was like, man, American car.
You got it, fam. You got it.
But yeah.
But some people, the goal and the destination ain't as important as how they gonna look. Why? I don't even want to be a lawyer if I can't look like a lawyer. You know what I mean? I don't want to be rich if I don't look rich. And a lot of people have that mindset. Matter of fact, I can be broke as long as you see me. Every time you see me, you know what I mean? I'm popping bottles. You know, I'm in an expensive store. I'm on vacation. I'm doing these things where I'm showing you my car and showing you my house. I can be broke as long as you think I'm there. You know what I mean? And I don't see the value in it. You know what I mean? I know everybody, you know, wants status. Status is, you know, good. I mean, especially as a man, women attracted to men with real status. You know what I mean? And a good reputation. But you got to have some substance behind your titles.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And your, the things you have in your accomplishments. Even if there are things to be proud of, your degrees and things like that, you still gotta have some substance.
Oh yeah, definitely. So our next one is kind of something that's happening in Hollywood right now. I hope y'all not waiting on no new shows to come out, because it's probably gonna be a while. Actors and writers strike over AI concerns and streaming revenue. And they said that the A-level actors are not affected. It's the middle class actors that's affected. Like the ones that's like the extras, you know, the dude working at Starbucks behind the coffee counter, you know what I'm saying? Giving the person the coffee. They say they go to work like we do 9 to 5. They do acting like this, actors like that. They go do the you know, the dude running down the hallway or something with the mail or something like that, but he not the, you know, the A-list actor. You know, he the dude standing behind George Clooney or something like that, you know.
Yeah, they get their assignment for the day, and that's who they are for that day. They might have that position for a week, but they're saying with this AI stuff, they're going to sell their life. Well, they're really going to sell a likeness like one time, and the studio has the rights to that for eternity, even though after they're dead. you can still see it popping up as extras in movies,
right?
And things like that. You know, you can't just pay somebody one time. I wish I could pay for Netflix one time and then just have it for the rest of my life. But it don't work like that. You know what I mean? For a provider or consumer.
So I get both sides of the fence, right? I get the actors and the writers saying we want to know about the streaming, how much is being made off streaming, so we can know what our revenue share is, and we're gonna go on strike until you get this, till we can figure this out. And I also get, you know, the studios and the people who own it that's making millions that don't want to give none of that up. I mean, you've been making millions for so long. It's like, wait a minute, you my gravy train for you? You know what I'm saying? So you got to get both sides of the fence. I'm not saying either one's right or wrong, but the question is, do they have the financials to endure the race? Because the studios and the owners do. You know what I'm saying? They still triple-digit millions. Yeah.
They still gonna take that $15 to $20 direct deposit out of your check for whatever streaming service you use. They still getting their money. So is the answer with the actors and the writers to get paid their money up front? But it's kind of hard to get paid up front because you don't know if it's going to be a success or flop. So you don't know how to value you or negotiate.
Now here's the kicker. Tell me if you do this. This is the kicker. If you're in the SAG, Screen Actors Guild, that's another one. If you're in that union, when everybody goes on strike, you have to go on strike too. You can't say, y'all stay over there. I got to go do my job. You can't do that. If you go do that, they will blackball you. They will not allow you to work on in acting again because you got to go through them. They can actually, like, they call you a scab or something like that because you sold out.
A scab when you work in the strike.
Even if you're not in the union and you go do it, they would never let you join the union. That's crazy, man. So my thing is, if you don't want to be an actor, if you don't want to be in the Screen Actors Guild, and you want to just take that one hit, what if you go make a 200? They give you 200 grand. Like, I'm not gonna be an actor anyway. No, they want you to be in a Marvel movie or something, you know, do something, be something. It's like, man, we give you 200. But yeah, I wasn't gonna be no actor anyway. I take a 200.
One and done.
Yeah, do it one and done, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could change it where you don't got to be in the union. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they strict on that though. Like writers can't write, actors can't act. I think some of them, if you're doing podcasts, you can't even take brand deals if you in the union, man. So it's pretty crazy, man. Rough out there, man.
It is some benefits to being, you know, in the Screen Actors Guild. But you got
it is because if you're not in it, you can't do like acting in big budget stuff. If anything, if you're not in it. But I'm letting the Marvel Studios right now. I can do the one and done. I'll be the bad guy, you know, let me be the villain or something that get killed at and give me 300 grand or whatever. I'll do that. Do the one and done. I'm not gonna be acting anyway. Huh?
Yeah, I said I'll be there.
Yeah, probably wouldn't even let you pass the picket line. That probably beat the brakes off for you, man. Oh man, all right. What's the next topic? Oh snap. All right. The hard truth of dating rules, the stuff that people don't talk about. Well, when we was dating, we was younger, right? If it's not established that you are a couple, then it's not a couple. You think this happens more common? Like people go on dates and stuff and they never talk about, are we a couple? Or are we just hanging out? What are we doing?
I remember when before you married, we had to have the conversation, transition to dating and to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like what are we? You know, you have that what are we text or what are we conversation? But that's a commitment and it's the first step, you know, talking about, hey, this is what we are to each other and these are the terms of our relationship. Yeah. Some people's terms are very strict. You can't look at another woman. You can't look at another man. You got to unfriend all your Facebook people of the opposite sex. And some people's are real light. You know what I mean? We just kind of, you know, date two or 3 days.
I'm thinking about the rules though. How many people really talk about that though? You know what I'm saying?
I think you have to. I don't think you're.
I'm saying how many? What's the percentage you think the people that talk about that though when they go on dates?
I mean, it's got to be everybody that's a couple. You can't just be in a relationship with somebody by proximity. You have to verbally enter an agreement to be actually boyfriend and girlfriend. Because, you know, the people who think, hey, just because we have sex doesn't mean we're boyfriend and girlfriend, that's miscommunication on one person's side. That's a misunderstanding.
That's just like kind of like the Screen Actors Guild Award, right? Like, if you don't say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Exactly. I'm gonna just be quiet, and I'm gonna take all these benefits.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do none of the commitment. And then when you try to hold me to those standards, I was like, hey, you didn't tell me that. You know what I mean?
When I tell my wife that, she think I'm crazy. But I told her, look, a dude will go out with you, he'll hang out with you, and never say nothing about it. And if you don't say nothing, you don't bring it up, he not gonna bring it up.
And they'll say a real man would do that. No, you don't bring it.
They just go to, we talk about perception. Some people care about the perception of what you think a real man is. Some people don't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just skate by. You know what I mean? I've seen some people, literally, honestly, move in together and don't have the conversation like you're my girlfriend or boyfriend, and we're not going to see other people. Well, what's understood don't need to be explained. Well, you got to explain some stuff. You got to set those standards and those rules.
And then when they try to bring it, yeah, then when they try to bring it up, they just go to Yoda. Dating, we are not.
I ain't never said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I ain't never said that.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, like a woman or a man, you gonna let this man move into your apartment with your kids, but y'all ain't officially said nothing yet. What? But you telling all your friends, that's my man, girl. That's, you know what I mean, or dude. Yeah,
and some dudes will be cool with that. They'll say they'll go along with it. I'm talking about it's dudes out there. They are like the Sandman, like car salesman. They'll sell you the dream all the way up to the point. It's like, man, no, I never said that. You said that. I didn't say that.
I thought that was a little nickname you had for me, boo. What is a boo? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's what don't say. A man have a female living in his house. You know what I mean? They having sex or whatever. You not my man. You ain't never said you ain't never asked me to be with you, but you lived in my house. You know what I mean? You know, that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? I just needed help. I just needed help and a place to stay. You know,
some dudes would be like, okay, good. Now I can move your stuff out. You just made it easy for me.
So I gotta be in a relationship with you to live with you. You know I needed help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was telling why it's so many scenarios that we can actually like just talk about, like as far as that goes. It's crazy, and that's one of the unspoken rules, man. If you do not say anything, don't assume the other person is thinking the same thing if it's not understood. I mean, that's like negotiation almost, right? You can't assume nothing.
If I can be a free agent, I mean, I'm gonna get my game checks, but I have no yearly contract. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna get paid for what I play, for my performance. Yeah. But you know, if I ain't got a commitment, you know what I mean? I remember like it was yesterday when the question was posed to me, and I was like, yeah, and I had to make a decision right there. Like, what do we? Yeah, we are there. You know what I mean? Spent probably saw each other every day. Spent every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 24 hours a day with each other.
Yeah.
Seeing each other once a day, talking multiple times a day. We didn't have a title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until she said something, and then but then the next steps like marriage and engagement.
Yeah.
You know, I was a man and I took care of that business.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, same here.
First dating, it's gonna be where it's gonna be.
That's what I say. Some people, when you grow up in the wild, man, it's all about survival. You be learning tactics, man. You would never learn living in the zoo. You'll never learn them kind of tactics.
And I mean, I think maybe it's toxic, but I know several people they got babies by people and they never were in a relationship.
Yeah.
They was just kicking it.
Is it toxic or just bad decisions? Not negotiate, just bad decisions.
I mean, they like was kicking.
Because it's easy to say something's toxic, but nobody ever talk about the decision and how you got there.
Or take a stand and get out of this toxic cycle. Like they was kicking it for like maybe like 2 years, like, you know, off and on, just kind of, you know, messing around and stuff like that. Now you're pregnant by this person you know intimately. And then now it's not gonna work out because of this
how many dudes we know that be like, oh man, I just got this girl pregnant, but she crazy. It's like, dude, you didn't know that. How many times did it take for you to realize that?
Exactly. Now we know those one-offs, like, you know what I mean, meet a girl, one night stand, or whatever, y'all had relations like twice, you know, whatever. But I'm talking about people being kicking with the same person for like 2 years, and they never was together.
We're gonna talk about that on the episode, right?
And now they got a baby by this person.
We're gonna talk about that one episode, one night stands. I gotta figure out how we go topic there, but I don't think like young kids, if we realize how crazy that is. Like it's not common for everybody. Everybody ain't gonna be. Oh, how am I trying to say this? It's like unreal. Like people think it ain't real, one night stands, but it actually is. But like, man, everybody don't do it though. It's like, you know, some people be saying they doing it, but they not doing it. But it's a crazy skill. Like that's definitely living in the wild though. That's.
But it is couple ways that can happen, right?
Yeah.
The true one I said, like you go to a party club, Walmart, you meet somebody.
It happens more than what people think. It happens more than what people think.
24-hour period, you go, you be intimate with this person, and you never hear from them, see them, or call them again.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They, like in the 24 hours, you make that, or you know, well, maybe you know them, and then you had sex and then never had sex with them again, or whatever.
Right.
But a lot of one night stands don't be like that. It may be person you know, a person you're dating. And then y'all had sex and it's like, that ain't it. I don't ever want that was terrible.
Man.
And then you don't associate with that person either. That could be considered a one night stand too. You know, but maybe not true in the definition of a one night stand. But you know, sometimes you just make a choice. You know, and go, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah. So going into our next topic is this is going outside the box. So tell me, do you think this is true or not? It's like, is there a set of personalities that love drama? Like, is there a set of people, like, or personalities that's like, they just love drama? Like, it seems like everything about, not everything, but it seems like love to argue. Everything's like, it's like tension. You know, that's how they used to live in, I guess. I don't know. Like, there's always drama surrounding them.
Yeah, that definitely is the type of person, but I don't know what to call them. I mean, everything is big. They're always fighting in the street, busting windows, like you know, drama. Everything is loud.
It's like they don't agree with nothing. It's always an argument, always a debate, always challenging. You know,
turmoil and chaos. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything is to the max. You ain't never met a girl that you ain't had to hit. You ain't never met a man that you wasn't willing to jump on. It's like, well, I've navigated my whole adult life without, you know, hitting a woman in a relationship. You know what I mean? Right. Or being hit on myself. But you got 5 guys in a row that hit. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got 6 girls in a row, you know, that will jump on you. How are you doing it? It's got to be you. You know what I mean? I'm not a great picker.
Yeah, and some people don't admit it. That's the thing. Like some people that's like that, they won't say, you know what, maybe I need to change. It's like I like drama. You never see them like admit that to themselves. It's like they kind of like, that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take what comes with it kind of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
And they feel weird. Like they get with a good man, they ain't hit them. Well, or a good girl, I don't think you love me because I'm not making you mad. You know, I don't think you love me because you're not kidding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's your passion? Where's your fire? Well, I can show passion without jumping on you or cussing you out, I think.
Right. It seems like that's that communication is to argue, you know what I'm saying? It's just drama, bro.
When you grow up, like when your mom and daddy, you know what I mean, and you hear like, I love you, I'm sorry. When you only was hearing I love yous after something bad happened, you start to associate those behaviors with love sometimes. You know, if you really love me, you'll choke me.
Yeah, so our next one to kind of spin off of this is probably definitely outside the box, is for every good opinion about you, there's a bad opinion about you. Can you handle both?
I think it's maybe 3 to 1. Every time there's a good opinion, there's like 3 are negative. You know what I mean? Hey, you got a good sense of humor. You play too much. You don't take stuff seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one quality that was good, but there's 3 ways of people perceiving you. You know what I mean? You're not a hard worker. You got your degree, but you're still not a hard worker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or you do something good. He think he all in now. You know what I mean? So you know
what I think is weird though, man? I learned about life. It's like there are people that will know something or hear something about you, but they would never say it to you though. They just like hang around you and they would never, you know, ask you about it. They just like, they just know this, but they would never say it, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't really care about perception, because people do know stuff there, but they won't never say it though. You know what I'm saying? They, not saying like it's confrontational, but they won't ask you, you know, what happened, or, you know what I'm saying, just see what your take on it was, because everybody have different points in their life. You know, everybody grew up at different times in their life, but you know, some women, you know, you see on social media, they always talking about how men did them and stuff like that, but they never like, if you ask them, you know, how do you attract those kind of men though? You know what I'm saying? Now it seems like, you know, it's a problem, or, you know, see somebody talk about a rapper or something like that, you know, they be passing the rumors around and stuff, but they'll still hang around the rapper and not say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I've been around, and you know, my life, you know, I'm a people person. I talk to people, and people say stuff to me, but I don't really care, because I mean, people don't say stuff in front of you, right? No, I mean, how am I supposed to get better when the people who love me don't criticize me? You know, you, my brothers, my cousins, they was like, hey man, John, you were kind of getting out of hand on this or that. You know what I mean? They can see it. They can call me on that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I was telling my wife how we literally used to call each other out. Like, we used to, especially me and you, man, we used to criticize each other like crazy. She don't believe, but I've been telling you how.
Yeah, like, no, man, and my ex, like, that was, if her friends or her mom said something, some of the stuff that we used to say each other in love, they would have been like, I would never forgive them, because, you know, she remembers stuff I said in year 1. Man. And I was like, man, I can't remember half the insults you personally had said to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, we just go back and forth.
Right.
But, and I asked people, like, you know, my ex used to have friends, and we used to hear stuff about them. Like, a whole room full of people will be talking about this particular issue with this person. You know what I mean? Then we'd be around them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, this is going around, like, you know, what's going on with that? We see, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think, you know, you're a good person. I don't think people should be saying that about you. Like, what's your take on it? And then she's like, you can't do that. You can't say to people, like, I mean, person's supposed to be our friend. Yeah. We can, you know, help clear the air, you know what I mean? Get their reputation cleared up, you know, hear their side of the story, because people are talking about it in our presence. It's just not my nature to be around somebody and have somebody rip or talk about somebody behind their back, and then not try to get clarification with them, and then not supposed to do that. And I was like, do that to me. Y'all hear stuff about me, like, you know, you can say it to me, and, you know, seek the truth, ask questions. Like, if you got any questions about me, that's public, and, you know, if a whole nother room is talking about it, you can come and ask me about it. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, who cares? You know what I mean? I'm trying to be a better person. I don't care about your perception, but I can clear the air. You know what I mean? I'm not running from anything.
Exactly.
You know, so
I always say, like, nobody can embarrass me more than I embarrass myself. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And pretty much what it is. Because this is the thing to anybody, young kids especially, you would never have 100% buy-in on stuff that you do. You always gonna have a group of people that like what you do and a group of people that don't like what you do, even if you're doing or what you deem is the right thing. Man, it's people that hate on you for going to school, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you gotta get
Oh,
and like get your education, get your bag, right? Get your goals accomplished. When I'm saying bag, I'm saying whatever is in that bag, your goals, your education, your money, whatever is in that bag you're chasing, get that. Because people have opinions.
They will have opinions.
I had a conversation with several people saying Kevin Hart is not funny. He's not funny. I don't understand why he gets money like that. If Kevin Hart listened to them, he wouldn't be a millionaire. He would all this stuff. He would be focused on the people who do laugh at your jokes.
Right.
Focus on the people who do like your company.
Exactly.
Focus on your own goals, because if you stopped, because a group of people, you know what I mean? People say, a lot of people say Dave Chappelle ain't funny, but they got money. They almost billionaires.
Almost billion, yep.
You know what I mean? But still, people still hate on him.
Yeah.
So what do you think they're gonna be doing at you? What you just a nurse. You just work in human resources. You just this and you just that.
Yeah.
People definitely gonna hate. If they hate on you, they hate on them, they're gonna hate on you.
Yeah.
Oh, he just got this little accounting degree. Oh, he on the honor roll. You know what I mean? He think all that. People gonna have something negative to say.
Boy, for real.
But when they sitting there holding their negativity, you can be holding your degree. You can be holding your bag. You can be holding your new car. Well, his car and all that. He bought a used. Guess what? You got a car. His job don't pay him all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't be ashamed to shine with the little light you got or the big light.
Mm-hmm.
Because people gonna hate anyway.
So, go ahead. No, you go ahead. So our next topic, we're going into realistic or cap. Attention is the new currency. Do people love attention more than they love money? What you think about that?
It seems like it, yes. And attention, right? You think it's just positive attention. I want the cheers. People are willing to humiliate themselves online just for that attention. Likes, views, to be a topic of conversation.
People kill themselves. Those the little channels where they swallowing washing powders, packets or something like that. They're being ICU.
And
man, that's crazy.
Just that little bit of fame. That's that little bit of popularity. Attention. Attention seeking to a whole other level. You know what I mean? They burn themselves once they get 10 views. Well, maybe if I burn my whole body, I'll get 100,000.
Oh my God, yeah.
So it's like, and some people don't want the money without the fame or without the attention. Like, I don't want to be rich if you don't know I'm rich.
Right.
You know, a lot of people I can give you $11 million, but you can't tell nobody, you can't floss, you can't buy a new house, you can't post. They were like, well, what's the point? You know what I mean? It seems like some people are like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think if you don't have money, some people that if you don't have money, attention is the next best thing, I guess. I mean, you can pretty much scroll social media, Instagram or whatever. I mean, you'll find people try to do thirst trap, what they call it, thirst traps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You even have regular everyday working people that try to do thirst traps. I'm talking about they not even like, you know, no Photoshop, no nothing. They just do some crazy stuff. It's like, it's crazy.
Like the photos, you're just a normal person. The photos you have to put online and just like don't go with your personality. And I think I kind of disagree. I think some people want the attention more than the money.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, they want attention because they don't have money.
And if they had it, you know what I mean, they would just want more. And it's like,
the
more they get, the more they want. And like some, like, you know, some superstars, who are not popular. They were probably in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. They would do anything to be popular again. It's like, like the heroin high or the crack high. They just trying to get that next high like that. And it's like, man, you ain't had a number one hit.
Just being like, I don't think I ever been there, but just being like local popular, I can't even imagine that. Like, think about people that, you know, if your face on the billboard or something, like you in Little Rock or something, and your face is on the billboard around the city or something, they probably would do something to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you like local popular, I guess, Little Rock popular, I guess.
Yeah, and I've seen like, you know, maybe people like was popular in high school, and they kind of really peaked in that. Yeah. People still know your name, but then when people start, you don't really have that anymore. You know, that can be detrimental. I've seen, you know, people really go off the deep end with drugs, you know what I mean? They went from Zach Morris, you know what I mean, to, you know, the dude behind the dumpster. You know,
say Zach Morris the Pookie, man.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
I was prom queen. You ain't nothing but a prom fiend.
Exactly. I mean, that's a high, the admiration of people is kind of like, you know, I mean, it's like even with some pastors, they get that, you know, veins and the temptation to reach out and touch you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because high school is smaller, right? It's a smaller world, but then when you graduate and go into the world, it's a bigger world now. You know what I'm saying? And some people the good
stuff, to being a sports star, like you was real good, you know what I mean, and you was all city. Now you go to college, you know what I mean? Boy. Like now you third on the depth chart.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, like some of the females, I was top of my class. Like you was number one. You know what I mean? Now you go to a school and you're not even ranked with your GPA. You know,
you go to a college where it's mostly everybody was the top of their class now. Now the competition real. You know,
the best of best. Like, you know, all the valedictorians are here.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, how do you stack up nationwide? You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of people was the prettiest girl at school or the smartest girl, and they go out of state college, you know what I mean? Oh, what happened to her? Well, she just kind of became like normal or mediocre. Like, we always talking about people going, you know, to Hollywood. Now you look regular. Like, you were the best looking guy in our town. But then now you go there and just like,
even with guys, I mean, you may be popular in high school in the dating scene or whatever, but when you graduate, now you're competing with older men plus dudes your age now. I mean, that's how the field expand, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, man, now
you got to be ready for that, you know what I'm saying?
Now you're a freshman in college. Now you're the rookie, you know what I mean? And people praying on you, you know what I mean? You're a man. Now men praying on you, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I got some school supplies, you know what I mean? You know.
I think this don't get talked about a lot too, though. There are older women that prey on younger dudes too. They don't get talked about a lot either. Like a dude is 18, you know, a woman that may be like 25 or 26, you know, and most dudes ain't gonna be able to say no to that, man. I mean, it's just most of the time, about 80% probably ain't gonna fall for it every time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, some of them like be 40s and they still be looking good, and they'll swoop back and get those big men. So
so for sure. So our last one on this realistic or cap. Well, I guess this is something crazy, right? A man spends $80K to go from 5'5" to 6 foot.
I mean, and you see this man walking in walkers, kind of learning how to walk again. You know what I mean?
But they broke his legs and made the bones refuse or something like that a couple times.
He had like braces. They put rods in his legs to make him a little bit taller, like within 5 inches. You know, and now his bones in his legs are thinner. You know.
But here's the thing, though, like being tall, it kind of ain't what you think it is.
No, but man, guess what? He's not even really tall. Now he's
that's what I'm saying. You pay you pay $80K for 6 feet, man. At least try to be 6'6" or something. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna go for it, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's privilege. So I've been 6 foot. I'm 6'1" all my life, right?
I'm 6'5". You gotta be 6'2", man. If I'm 6'5", you're pretty close to my height, man.
On my driver's license, it says 6'1".
Oh, okay.
So, I'm just gonna go with that.
Okay.
Maybe 6'2", maybe since I cut my dreads, I don't know. But you 6'5", like you kind of tall. You have the experience, maybe ducking down from some doors.
Yeah, hit stuff on my head, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, well, I'm just 6 foot. I'm taller than most women I date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's nothing to me. I have the 6 foot privilege. So I'm not tall enough to be 6'5", 6'6", to be a basketball player. You know what I mean? I feel really average, but I'm not 5'5", I'm not 5'4", I'm not even 5'8". So I don't know the struggles of anybody. I don't really feel special being 6'1".
I heard many of women when I was younger to now, they always say like they don't want to date a dude that's shorter than them when they wear their heels. They just say all kind of crazy stuff about short dudes, man. I just feel bad. My heart goes out to dudes like that. Cause some girls, you just don't have a chance just off your height. You don't have a chance. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but making somebody laugh is always a key. But I feel sorry for him in the effect. I mean, I feel good that he had the confidence to better himself. Saw something.
How much did he better himself? I mean, he just grew his legs, his torso. He didn't throw his torso.
He saw something that was lacking in him that he wasn't comfortable with, and he fixed it. He fixed it with his own money.
But what I'm saying is,
but I feel sorry for him looking at
he fixed his legs, but what about his arms and his torso?
Well, he just wanted that. I mean,
that's like Stretch Armstrong. You just stretch his legs out, though. Yeah. All you do is stretch the legs, but not the arm and not the torso, just the legs. So this dude,
I hated for him that he felt like he looking at himself and seeing a person that was less than. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had the ability to gather $80K in funds.
Man.
You know what I mean? He was seems like a whole man that was doing good for himself, but to look in the mirror and really think you're less than because of something like that.
Even women do that with the BBLs. Like, I mean, you can get a BBL, but if you don't work out and maintain it, you'll be right back getting another BBL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, okay, so now we're focusing, like you're targeting the women for getting BBLs because they're overweight and they want to lose weight and they want more shape. But what about the women that are naturally skinny all their life? They just can't get a butt, you know what I mean? And they just get their butt lifted and get some stuff added.
But what about
shape? You know what I mean? You can't grow something.
Here's the deal, right? But see, here's the deal. Here's the whole deal. They're not doing it properly, right? Instead of getting it done at a proper, instead of getting done at a proper doctor in a proper place, you want to find, it's like instead of going to Goodyear to get your tires, you're going to go to somewhere in the backwoods and get some tires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hear about that woman? She went to Mexico and got a BBL, and now she got like laryngitis or something like that, or like a bacteria infection in her spinal cord. Bro.
She could lose her life.
Laryngitis. She could lose her life.
A sore throat.
Well, I don't know what it's called, but it's a bacteria infection in her spinal cord, bro. Meningitis. But yeah, she could lose her life over a BBL because she went to Mexico and they're not sterilizing their stuff. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, now, like when you get butt shots in a hotel room with somebody with a mystery syringe, I mean, I'm
fix a flat. They put a fixture flat in there.
Yeah, I mean, you got a flat butt, they'll fix that. But that's kind of wrong, and you shouldn't do that to better yourself anyway.
It's a lot of when you're online. It's a lot of people doing it. Yeah. Go to Cuba. They go to
position, getting it done, great. But going into somebody's storage unit,
but it's happening.
When they lift up the garage, that's not.
Or go to Cuba, and you can't really fly on the plane. You got to sit on like something because you got stitches. You still kind of bleed a little bit because you can't even fully recover that. But they're sending you back home because that's what you paid for, just to do it and send you back home. You know what I'm saying?
No, sometimes they're like, hey, go home. As soon as you get off the plane, go to the emergency room.
That's crazy.
Because
if you make it to the emergency room.
Because we'll do the procedure, but then we can't do the aftercare if you die. So.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
But That shows you how important people's looks are. This is very important. They're willing to die to be beautiful. So,
man, that's crazy.
I think
I take my natural self. I ain't get done. I don't even like surgery. Number one, I'm definitely not going under the knife for something extra, man. I'm good. They can have it. I'm good.
But yeah, man. But you're 6'5", though. You know what I mean?
You said what?
But you're 6'5". You already tall enough.
But being tall ain't what you think it is. Your back hurt. Things hurt that you don't want to hurt. You can't hide. Like working in IT, like, you know, the cubicles and stuff, they can see my head over the cubicle, you know what I'm saying? Versus if you 5'5", you can ease around and go on breaks. People won't even know where you at. But when you 6'5", oh, there you go right there. Hey, Mike. Well, people don't realize that kind of stuff. Like you can't blend in when you 6'5", you know what I'm saying? Like how many times I went out with y'all, they were like, I don't know his name, but that tall dude that was with you. Oh man. Okay. Now this is our segment. I think we're gonna start adding this more often. It's called Pick One. Sting or Mr. Perfect?
It's no question to me. Honorable mention of Mr. Perfect. Like that two moves, man. He got some good promos.
Yeah.
Sting is just a legend. From the color face.
Every era. He's a legend from 80s, 90s, and every era. Legend. I mean, dude reinvented himself, and all of it was tight.
All of them was fine. Like, you can't really do that. Dude, he didn't miss. You know what I mean?
No,
like, bro, a little kid, I like the neon colors and the blonde hair.
Man, he wrestled Ric Flair in NWA wrestling, bro. When I go back and look at the promos, he was wrestling back then, bro. That's crazy.
And then, with the black and white mask.
Oh, man. Oh. See, Mr. Perfect was just too gimmicky, man. I don't know. He was good, but it was good probably when he first did it, but then after a while, it didn't resonate the same. Sting, though, I remember when he first used to do the Stinger Splash when he was younger, it seemed like dude used to jump high in the air and then splash. It seemed like when he got older, it wasn't the same.
Woo!
Yeah.
You know I'm gonna be Sting. I used to Stinger Splash people. Sorry about that.
In real life, yes.
In real life, you know what I mean?
How much did you weigh in high school, bro?
Man,
how much did you weigh in high school?
Probably
6
180.
foot? 6 foot 180, Stinger splashing you on the locker. Imagine that.
And I was getting some airtime. So,
but you know what was funny though? Dude, Sting was so tight they had the fake Sting in the NWO.
He said, "Who are you?" I'm fake Sting.
You remember when they had the face? It was a dummy that came when he do the Raptors.
They call it bogus Sting.
Yeah, you remember when they had the dummy of Sting fly through the Raptors and he went in the ring and they pulled him out and did the leg drop on him. They just beating up a dummy. That was funny, man. That was
terrible. And that's messed up because like Owen Hart died.
Oh man, that was terrible. Yeah, I think he was too big to be doing that though. Like Shawn Michaels, small. He like he could. They probably don't even put the weight limit on that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that Owen Hart, man. I ain't even see. I just heard about it, but I ain't watched pay-per-view. I heard you watching it live. It was pretty crazy though.
Man, so I've been to a Raw show, and if that would have happened, with my son there, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because there's a sound that you can't from that distance.
Oh, and then they said he was screaming too, like he knew that it was crazy. It's about to go down. No pun intended, but yeah, he knew it was about to go down though. Okay. Next one. I see what you think about this. Nnamdi Asomugha or Ronde Barber?
I think when you get the size out of there, Ronde Barber had to be like the all around press corner, blitz corner, nose of coverage, play zone. You know what I mean?
He only played in cover 2. That's the only thing he played in was cover 2.
I mean, he played the deeper zone.
And he had Mike Allstar behind him, and he had probably the best D line.
Mike Allstar was fullback. Derek Brooks and John Lynch.
Yeah, John Lynch. I'm sorry, John Lynch. He had John Lynch behind him, and he had the best D line probably, that a cover two could have, with Simeon Rice and Warren Sapp.
But you can't deny the press coverage and man coverage in that little zone.
No, I'm saying, was he better than Numdy though? Numdy played for the Raiders with nobody on the team, and he was shutting down half of the field.
You can't. I mean, I can't. Pick against the Raiders, but Numdy had the size of like 6'2", good press coverage, good man, good zone.
Yeah.
Not the hardest. I'm gonna give the edge to Rondé with tackling, but you just really Numdy is the prototype corner.
Yeah.
Tall, long guy, good hands, good press coverage, good man coverage.
I don't know what happened when he went to the Eagles, but yeah, with the Raiders though, he was shut down though. I think they started running a different zone too. He didn't like it, but yeah. But when he played like the left side of the field when he played for the Raiders, and shut down that whole left side with no safety help, it seemed like. I think he was Darrelle Revis before Darrelle Revis, probably. None of also a lot of people remember that, but yeah. So this is
what he didn't have a household name, you know what I mean? And then he got married to Kerry Washington, and he was like Hollywood husband.
Yeah.
You know.
So D'Angelo Hall or Asante Samuel?
I would love to go D Hall. Kick returning, just the speed, the swag. But the numbers, and I always would pick against the Patriots. You know what I mean?
But when he played for the Eagles, that's when he really. It seemed like he balled out when he played for the Eagles, though. Asante Samuel did.
Yeah, Asante Samuel, right place, right time, great speed. And he's going to get the turn. He's going to get the interception.
Yeah, he was a ball hawk.
And the stats don't lie. I got to go with Asante.
Yeah, I think D'Angelo Hall when he went to the Washington, man, just probably one that he kind of wasn't that good for him. He kind of when he got into it with what's his name, Petrino.
Yeah.
He told me I'm a grown man, dog. I ain't put my phone up for you, man. But yeah, Asante Samuel was that dude. Asante Samuel was that dude, though.
Asante Samuel and Namdi.
When you can ball out and Bill Belichick system and still kind of be yourself, you might be all right. Because he still used to ball out and had that same personality with Bill Belichick. So this is from a fan, right? He asked us about this. His name is Fio1418. This kind of easy one right here. I know who we go pick, but he said he watched the wrestling talk. We talked about Shawn Michaels' Iron Sheik. He said, who will we pick between the Honky Tonk Man or Steve Austin? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, that's easy. You pick Stone Cold any day of the week. 2 times on Sunday, man. You kidding me?
For sure. Like, I mean, even the Stunning Steve days when he had hair.
Maybe my dad picks Honky Tonk Man, but man, Honky Tonk Man wasn't that good. He was all right, man.
But people downplay the Honky Tonk Man's attitude, man. He'll break that guitar on you at any time.
But it ain't like Stone Cold, though. I don't know, man.
I think he was a pioneer. Like
bro.
He kind of brought into life being a rattlesnake.
Man.
I used to love, like when I was little.
Oh, man.
He came out with the guitar.
Oh, Honky Tonk Man?
Yeah, breaking the guitar over somebody's head.
When he used to do that Elvis dance, though, they used to kill me. He get in the middle of the ring, do that Elvis dance.
But
he was called on Nintendo. He was called on the Nintendo game too. The first wrestling game, I think was the first wrestling game.
Exactly. I mean, yep.
But he can't beat Stone Cold though, bro. Me and my wife, even though they copied off the Rock and Mankind, that halftime match, when Stone Cold was fighting Booker T in the grocery store, man, that was cold, man. You remember that?
The promo, like Honky Tonk Man had some good promos.
Not like that.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, not like that.
But not like, we can watch hours of
Stone Cold.
Steve Austin.
Let's see if I can pull up
one-on-one with people, just on promos, the skits, everything, throwing a rock belt.
Yeah, I was just about to look up there, throwing a rock belt off the.
It's just so much stuff. You know what I mean? But I do like the Honky Tonk Man. That was a really good honorable mention. Thanks for that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it was. You know what I mean? People wouldn't kind of draw a parallel between them two, but I see it,
Yeah. Man, I think when they was fighting in the grocery store, though, and he had him in the back storage room, and he stepped away from him to kind of grab something. But then when he super kicked him with the flower in his head, that was so cold, man. When Booker T super kicked him, man, that was so cold. And they did it at the right time. He's beating up. He was getting beat the brakes beat off of him. But it's that one time when he turned his back and tried to walk back to him, he did that super kick. That was actually pretty cool. But yeah, man, let me shut this tab real quick, man. Let me see what we got, man. Let me see what we can. I think this is when Stone Cold met him on the bridge. Hold on. But yeah, Honky Tonk Man was cool for that time in the 80s, man. But man, Stone Cold, man, dude, man. You can talk about Stone Cold stuff all day. When he beat Jake the Snake, when he first turned to Stone Cold, man. And man, him and Kurt Angle had some good battles, but he used to drive that beer truck out, man. I think The Rock started all that though. All the like the most crazy stuff, man. I think he started all that, and they just kind of followed suit. But Stone Cold did have his own twist. When he stunned Vince McMahon, that was cold too. Yeah. When he used to stun Vince McMahon, I need to find it. When he used to stun Vince McMahon. The one with Vince McMahon, like he had a seizure when he stunned him.
They used to be selling it.
And I don't know if Bret Hart meant to do it, but when was it Owen Hart when he did the pile drive and broke his neck?
Yeah, I think that was Owen Hart. And then you can see where they go wrong. I was like, man, his head was sticking too far.
Yeah. Was it an inch? Was it an inch too far?
Compression is fine.
Man, he was out for a minute for that too, yeah. But yeah, that was pretty good. So I ain't gonna look at that way till later. We'll look at that later. So the last one we're gonna talk about, then we'll probably close out, is Bret Hart or Dean Malenko.
You know, people always go Bret Hart with the popularity, leather jacket, sharpshooter. But man, Dean Malenko was so technical. He had all of he would have a weird move or submission like almost every other match. The man of 1,000 moves. Just looked like somebody's uncle. Just put on some wrestling trunks and went out there. Let me show you this. Let me show you this move, little guy. You know what I mean? I always liked him, but you can't. Shawn Michaels, what's that? Man, I got to go with the Hitman. Just longevity.
You think so?
Classic matches.
Man, Dean Malenko was that dude, bro. I get what you're saying, like mainstream though. Bret Hart was more mainstream.
He had better promos. Just out of the ring stuff, where I think Bret Hart edges out Dean Malenko. And then you said predictability of those certain signature moves, like he had some 5 moves that he would do.
Yeah.
So it's I think, and then Dean Malenko had a plethora of more moves that he used.
Yeah, that Texas Cloverleaf man was a beast, man.
Yeah.
It was a beast, but yeah, Bret Hart was tough, man. I like Bret because he always had that grit about him, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will. But that was so cool. You could look at his match and say he gonna do this now. He gonna do that suplex. He gonna do the little thing when he drop him on his knee. Now he's finna jump off the turnbuckle and drop the elbow. Yeah. Now he's finna do the sharpshooter. You can almost time it, man.
Yeah, I mean that's what takes a lot of points off of him. You know, even though like he will say he's a Hall of Famer, maybe Dean Malenko ain't, but that will take him. The predictability of it will take him down to me.
Yeah. I think Dean Malenko wasn't really like a promo kind of guy. I think that's probably what he get dinged that he could wrestle his butt off, but he didn't have the whole package. That's what I was telling people online, like on like Facebook or something, like, dude, to be really good at wrestling, you gotta have the promo, the skill, and it's everything around your skill that matters too. That's what made Ric Flair so good. He had the promos, he could wrestle, he had the signature stuff, he had everything that you could want for a wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at that time he had a good entrance, good theme music, classic. You know what I mean? He had
the little thing where he walked forward,
went to the ring, and then the classic trunks or whatever, his long hair that played a part. His whole look, his whole character. So yeah.
And then like the little stuff he did in the ring, right? Like when you slam him on the ground, he'll be looking up like this, huh? Or the one we had like he tired, then he'll fall out. Yeah, like he walking, then he'll just fall down. He used to do that a lot too, man. That was pretty funny, man. You know,
and you gotta have signature stuff like that in the ring.
You do.
You gotta do the thing off the ring. You gotta have a good look, good gimmick, good character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of times, like I don't like when wrestlers use like a real names, but when they use names like Ric Flair, you can use that. You know what I mean? Stone Cold, you know, he used Steve Austin, but everybody used Stone Cold. The Rock is The Rock, Kane, The Undertaker. So it takes a really special kind of wrestler, like, you know, Bret Hart to really use their name. You know, Ric Flair. Things like that. I mean, Hulk Hogan, but they still call him Hulk. You know what I mean? So to be just, you know, Dean Malenko, you know what I mean? You gotta kind of have that, you know.
Okay, now we finna get ready to close out, but we're gonna leave y'all with a sneak peek of what we're gonna talk about on the sports show. If Jay, we get them lined up for it. What you think about this, Jay? They saying Aaron Donald. We're going to talk about some Madden ratings about the NFL coming up. They say Aaron Donald is the best player on Madden, 99 overall.
If you can get somebody 100, it's probably that guy.
Then it said Justin Jefferson, then Patrick Mahomes. Dude, Justin Jefferson got 99. Is it 99 speed? No, 92 speed, I think. Yeah, 92 speed and 93 acceleration. Dude, gonna be burning corners, man. Good. Nice.
Yeah, with the moves, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dang, Travis Kelce had 99. I didn't know that. He had 99.
I mean, they're trying to say he's the best tight end of all time.
Wow.
And he in his prime. You know what
he got 86 speed, 88 acceleration. That's pretty fast for a tight end, though.
For a tight end, I mean, that's really fast. I mean, getting open in the middle, Patrick Mahomes, you know, I mean, what can he do?
Right. So, but yeah, guys, let us know if you were interested in watching us go through some of these player ratings and look at some of these ratings. Top five? Let's see. Aaron Donald, Justin Jefferson, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Zach Martin. This is a guard. Right guard. Lane Johnson, Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, Tyreek Hill. He like right in the bottom of it. But he got 90. He 99. Wait a minute, is he 99 speed, 99 acceleration? Well, I can't knock it, but man.
I mean, he is that dude. I mean,
yeah, he that dude. Definitely that dude.
Yeah, but we'll go over all those and what those good players mean to their teams and how they translate in real life.
Yeah,
how it translates on the fantasy roster.
Yeah. I gotta do that one day. Make a rating, man. How it is in real life. Like what's a person's speed? What's a person's consistency or something like that? If you had a matrix chart for regular people, man, that'd be pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, let us know if you want to watch us go through this because we're gonna go through this on the sports show we do. But we want to do a thinking game podcast and get this done for the week. And likes, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Let us know any kind of feedback, something you want to hear us talk about. Anything you want to say before we sign out?
Like, share, subscribe. Peace.